Welcome back to the finish line, where our horse race and betting tips this week will come from Cheltenham. So come back in part 1 and we get it all going. Right, so today I'm joined again by Tom, and Dave is back this week with us. So we will start with last week's racing roundup. That was a cracking weekend. Any in particular fancies that took your eye over the weekend? Anybody?
You go first?
Anybody?
Go on, you go first.
I'm having a shocker now, so I'm all
I
over
was
the place.
away, so I didn't really get to see a whole lot of racing. I kind of caught up with it Sunday when I came home. Some of the horses I expected to run well kind of run terrible, to be honest.
Go on, who?
I expected that Seuil Raffles to run a bit better.
Yeah.
He made hard work of it. And I think the less said about Santini, the better. That RSA last year looked good at the time. It wasn't.
Oh, it's not looking good at all. It's not.
I put up in a video at the top of the game was my horse to follow this year for the Gold Cup. He's obviously injured. He wouldn't have won the Gold Cup. The form is not good enough. But the one I like is actually a flat horse. Over in Australia, Magic Wand for Aidan O'Brien.
It's lovely.
Really?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to talk about flat racing anymore. Get out.
Especially in
just
Australia.
I just think again shows how good a trainer Aidan O'Brien.
Question.
How shit Australian racing is.
It's Australia.
It doesn't matter. She ran 4 grade 1s in 2 weeks and managed
Second
to win.
off, it's November. Third off, stop talking about flat racing.
You asked me my opinion.
Not a flat racing.
Well, you know what? I can't say anything good about that jumps racing last week because it was terrible.
Seuil Emery.
Seuil
Andy
Emery.
Defray.
Yeah, they'd be the two for me anyway. If we want to move on to
Abracadabra.
jumps racing.
Abracadabras.
Raz. Yeah.
Raz.
Yeah, it's
Abracadabras.
But if I was to pick out something over the weekend, it was how bad Santini ran.
Yeah, that's better. Tom.
I think Santini, I watched that race and I just always thought he was going to win. I don't think he did anything when he got in front. Now, that's not Gold Cup winning form at all.
Oh, no.
But I think I just felt he wasn't doing much. Whenever the second horse came to him, he went on a
I
little.
tell you now.
That was look at the head on head.
If you're beating now McGinty by a nose, get out.
Well, we got the Gold Cup.
And to be
winner
fair,
anyways.
Henderson was just point blank with it. He's not going to the King George now. We need to draw stumps and see where we go with him. He basically said he's not Gold Cup.
He's
horse.
going to the Denman Chase at Newbury, then the Gold Cup trial at Cheltenham. Then, if he goes through that, they'll go Gold Cup. If not, they'll think about where to go.
Lads, that Gold Cup is going to fall apart, I'm telling you, and I'm on the 20-1 winner.
I
told you last week.
Let me just tell you. Well, we're not going to talk about it now, but we're starting a new video, so Cheltenham anti-post picks, so it'll be up today as well with this video. Just watch what he has to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Watch what I have to say.
More importantly, watch what Dave has to say.
Yeah, it's genius, lads. Seuil Emery was the one for me.
Yeah, he's very good.
Do we want to talk about Willie Mullins' form?
Some for in and out. They need a run.
I have a theory, because some of them don't need a run. Seuil Emery didn't need a run.
That's because he's class.
The Cardis didn't need a run.
Yes.
He hammered Apple's Jade. Mullins at the minute is 8 out of 49, 16% strike rate. For a guy who normally operates at about a 30% strike rate, it's really low. Now, I have no evidence of this at all, right? But this is only my theory. Mullins sends nearly all of his horses out to pre-training yards before they come back into his yard. He's just got that many horses. So they go out to a pre-trainer that he could have had, when he had Jigginstown there, I think he had about 10 pre-trainers, if not more. Like, he had loads of pre-trainers. So they're all in different places, and they all come back in then, back into the main yard, then he runs them.
Yeah.
Some, in my theory, some have obviously done more with pre-trainers than they have done with others.
That's a fair point.
I would love to know what way it was divided up and what yards different horses were in to see if that was actually factual. That's just my theory. So on that, I'm not backing any of Mullins' horses until they all start running consistently. But Pome yesterday stopped to walk.
She led turning in and just went,
stopped.
I need a run, lads.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
He's terrible.
That's also a fair point.
Yeah, he should have won that race though. But no, I just think some of the Mullins horses, they're in and out. And I think that's my only theory that I can bring to it. Because
can you not... To me, you can kind of pick out which ones.
Can you though?
Yeah. Like Duke to Geneva, he always needs about 2 or 3 runs.
Yeah, some of them are going to.
Tornado Flyer, he was going to be fresh because he didn't run in ages.
Yeah. I didn't
Same with Seuil Emery. Bacardi's, they probably had him fresh enough to get him his confidence that he's going to attack his hurdles and run a decent race instead of being pulled up. Or
it wouldn't worry me. This is kind of a time of year. I say to you, kind of the end of October till the middle of November. It's kind of around this meeting. It starts coming around. You get a little bit of strange results sometimes. A lot, like you say, a lot of horses need a first run. Then you'll get one will win where you expect it. Maybe it won't win.
Yeah.
A lot of Nichols horses in England needed a first run, and then you have one or two come out and win first time.
See, all the Hendersons are the same.
It's hard. It's the Mullins form won't bother me. It'll turn around again.
It'll 100% it'll turn around. I couldn't back anything with confidence at the minute.
Yeah. I'd be kind of as what I said. I can kind of, not that I can. As you have no evidence of this, but in my head I can kind of work out who's going to be ready or sort of ready for races.
Let us know, will you?
I did already. CLS Emery, Tornado Flyer.
True.
Bacardi's. Said Appleshade won't win.
Did you?
Yeah.
Don't remember that one.
Go back and look.
Did you? I'll have to go back and look. Yeah.
Fuck, I hope I said that.
I'm not convinced you said that. Anyway.
Right. So, Eyecatchers.
There was none.
You told me yesterday you had one.
What finished the second in the
Australian
actually,
I finished second in the Melbourne Cup.
I still can't believe how bad Santini ran, but I actually like the run up Bacardi's. And again, if you're putting the Mullins form that kind of way,
the thing won by 6 to 8 lengths or whatever won by. That's not an Eyecatcher. It was an
Eyecatcher because he actually put it all together for a change. Because he falls, he runs badly. He looked the real deal the other day. Appleshade is not that bad as she was made look bad the other day, but it's her time of the season, the first couple of months. So I think he ran very well.
But she's been threatening to do that a lot.
He ran very well in probably what's a weak division, 3 mile hurdle division. Paisley Park will probably win it, so it'd be nice to see you have a bit of challenge for him.
All right, fair enough. Damn, we made a point at the end.
We'll get to mine later in the second video. But
yeah, I'll do mine in the second video as well because we're strapped with time.
Yeah.
Right, so come back in the second half and we start off with mine, Tom's Eyecatchers. Welcome back to part 2, and we will start with Tom's Eyecatcher.
I'll mention it now, but I'll go into more detail in the second video because it's an anti-post one for Cheltenham. At Plutard is my Eyecatcher. I think he ran really well behind Ballyasheen the other day. He just got a bit outpaced over 2 miles, but ran on, stayed on all the way to the line, which is more than could be said for Duke de Geneva.
Well done. You've been practicing
this time. I thought he ran a really nice race, and onwards and upwards.
Very good. My one quickly is Voix de Tiep, trained by Willie Mullins. First run over fences, he was 3rd to Tornado Flyer on the weekend. Had some solid runs over hurdles last year behind Small Farm, the big dog, and he was in front of Malala Indo in a maiden hurdle back in last December. So things seem to be clicking over fences. As we alluded to in the video before, he looked like he needed a run. He blew up after the last, got called off for second. I think he's going to pick up a race next few weeks, easily.
Very good.
Yeah? Right, so on to Saturday and Cheltenham, the BetVictor Gold Cup. So the field, I'll give out a few, is Sierra de Lac, Slate House, 11-2, joint favourite. Spirit of Game, 7s, Us and Them, 11s, Court Meribel, 12s, and 12-1 Big RS. So before we get started, all these prices, the best prices we'll have in the description below. So if you fancy anything, go down, click the description where we'll also have good welcome offers for the bookmakers we have under there. Right, now let's pick the bones out of this. I am all over one in this, like a rash.
You going to tell us?
Slate House. This thing is a weapon. It's wasted 2 years over hurdles to build into himself. He's huge. He's a chaser. He's going to take this field apart at 147.
What do you think, Tom?
He could do. I wouldn't rule it out. My only issue with Slate House, as I said before in last week's video, I really like him. As a Cheltenham when he won his maiden hurdle, and he's a lovely, lovely big horse. He hasn't, this is a really competitive handicap. He hasn't many runs in competitive handicaps. Now I'm going to knock that again and say He has plenty of runs in graded races. He's been to the Cheltenham Festival twice. Maybe that won't knock him, but that's my only thing with him. He's lack of big handicap chase experience.
Wouldn't bother me in the slightest. He'll be up at the pace. He'll jump him into submission, and he'll be going bye when he hits the hill.
Yeah, I wouldn't knock him too much.
I've won at a mad price. Bear with me. Splash of gin 50-1.
Yeah.
Now listen, he won this at 25-1 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he beat
3 years ago.
3 years ago. What? Who did he beat? The man that died and the next time he ran Cheltenham.
Yeah. I can't
David
remember.
Pipe horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Stark
Architect. See, knowledge, but pity can't tip winners.
You're tipping.
Excuse me.
I know.
I'm only taking the piss. Anyway, so he ran a few weeks ago, and he ran like he needed to run. He's behind Guitar Pete and Happy Diva, but there's going to be a shitload of rain. It's going to be heavy. He absolutely loves it. He was second in one of the top handicaps at Cheltenham Festival the year before last. This is going to be his target for the year. He's 50-1. He's way too big a 50s for horses won it before. Has course form. Has very good course form. You might get 5 places somewhere 50-1. You're going to back worse 50-1 shots than that, especially when you know he's going to go on the ground and he has form at the track and in that particular race.
Yeah, best luck.
I think it's the first time it ever made sense.
I'm amazed you're not tipping up us and them.
Oh, I haven't wrote down when I'm scared.
Yeah.
Wow.
My one for this is Count Meribel at a bit of a price. He was 14-1 earlier with Ladbrokes. He's back in the 12s now. Beat LeBroil at this meeting last year. Second to last in translation on his reappearance there the other day. Ran a lovely race, just stayed on. He's only got 10 stone 13 on his back. Likes the course. Likes the trip, I think. I think about 2-4 is his trip. 3 miles not his trip. It was too far from. Nigel Twiston-Davies is going really well. I just think he's a solid enough each way bet.
Fair enough. Lost in translation form. I can't knock that.
No, you can't. Look, the Slate House.
But you're going to somehow.
Slate House is not a weapon, right? I do agree with you that.
Why is he not a weapon, Dave?
Of the horses that are in it, he probably has the most trajectory going forward to be a Grade 1 horse, right? But last year is really worrying. He was terrible.
Yeah, so
right?
hurdles.
He's not the weapon he was made to look the last day. But that was a bad
They
race,
have always said they
right?
think a lot
I
of
know,
this horse.
I know, he is a good horse, right? But to win this, being like a second season novice coming into it, you have to be a really, really like proper Grade 1 horse. The horses that have won it over the years ended up being like proper Grade 1 horses
And I
or
think he
Gold
is.
Cup horses, right? I don't think he's that good. It doesn't look the best race, so he could win, right? So I agree with you on him. And you're going to give out about St. Calvados, but St. Calvados
Stop! Jesus Christ, just stop!
St. Calvados has a really good chance in this race.
No, he doesn't.
One, you said the ground's going to be heavy. He's an absolute mudlark from France. And 2, he's rated the best horse in the race.
He's not going to
he's
win. He's
running-
carrying 11 stone 12.
running
He's not
Grade
a
1
Grade 1 horse.
Running Grade 1s all the time.
He's not a Grade 1
Went back
horse.
into a handicap the last day and he won easy.
Beating who? You're
It
getting
doesn't
on to me
matter.
about form. I'm going to throw it back to you. Beating
I
who?
guarantee it's better than Slate House. Slate House's form from the last race.
Yeah, but Slate House has the potential to prove. We know what St. Calvados is.
I have said that.
We know what he is.
Yeah. Rated the best horse in the race.
Over 2 miles.
And you think he looks slow over 2 miles?
I think he looks shit. Full stop.
We'll see. I agree with John Slate House, but you're wrong about St. Calvados.
See, you get so big-headed. You can't take criticism.
Right, so Dave's on Silver Calvados,
I'm all over Slate House.
and I'm on Count Meribel. Moving swiftly on.
Right, come back at part 3 where we'll touch on the rest of Cheltenham and the Morgiana Hurdle. Welcome back to part 3 and we're going to touch on the Morgiana Hurdle where the champion hurdle winner is going to run and win and scoot around and go, going to win champion hurdle, going to win champion hurdle. Klassical Dream, lads. Weapon.
Yeah, he is a weapon. I'm I don't know. There's not many runners in this race. As I said, I'm off on the Mullins form at the minute. Klassical Dream, Paul Townend came out and said he looks the real deal in the week. This Sadlia horse, or Saldia.
Saldia. He's French, you have to pronounce it like that.
Saldia, yeah. His form doesn't match up to the hype about him. There's a lot of hype.
There's way too much hype out him. He's done nothing.
Yeah, his form doesn't match up to that, I don't think. Sharjah will run a nice race, but probably find one too good at the top level. In saying that, I was amazed to see Sharjah's a dual Grade 1 winner.
He's a decent horse.
Yeah. And then you get onto your favourite horse. So.
Who?
The worst horse in training.
Who?
I know he's talking about Paddy Mouchoir, definitely.
Paddy who?
Yeah.
Mouchoir.
What?
Did you tip him up or did you put him as one to follow?
I told you in the last
I did
video.
not put him up as one to
Told you in the
follow.
last
You
video.
tipped one to follow off a cliff.
It cost me money.
He tipped him.
Made me back.
Hey, did I say Dave go back him? I said before the race went off, David Shamrock will win.
From Wednesday to Sunday, you were texting. From
All
Wednesday to
over.
That's
Sunday.
because I like messing with your mind.
Well, you did mess with my mind. You messed with my money as well.
Well.
Yeah, look, Klassical Dream should win this, but it's a definite no-bet race for me.
No. Yeah, 8:15 is going to piss him. End of story.
Klassical Dream, best horse in the race. But you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if he lost on Sunday. And still win the Champion Hurdle. Because he will win the Champion Hurdle. But I wouldn't be surprised if he randomly loses on Sunday.
The way some of those are running,
Yeah.
I could not. Come on then, you're the Willie Mullins.
There will be another Willie
You've
Mullins
got your
horse
crystal
wins, but-
ball of Willie Mullins now. Which one of these is going to run well?
Sharjah.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if one of the other Willie
I
obviously another Willie
I have
horse is going to
a
win.
feeling
like,
Saldier is going to bomb out.
I couldn't tell you
They're
what's
not going to have this thing revved up.
I couldn't
with
tell
all
you
the
what's
hype.
going to happen here.
I think Klassical Dream is go around. Out in front and jump him into...
Sit back, watch and relax and see
Sit back, watch.
And if-
Paddy Mouchoir goes 70
and if-
lengths clear and come back and does
it'll
that.
be interesting because if he does get better, it won't deter me from backing him for the Champion Hurdle.
I've been backed already,
But
man.
it wouldn't surprise me if he gets better. First run of the season, you're not really sure, really, are you?
And if he gets back, he gets back.
Yeah?
But he won't. Anyway.
Not
Right.
too much.
Sunday. Cheltenham 150. The Arkle Trial.
This is another no-bet race for me. It's between... I don't think Brewing Up a Storm will run here.
No,
I
he's
think
going to...
the longer race.
No, he's not even on the Cheltenham.
Oh, what?
He's going to Bangor or somewhere like that.
Yeah, the race on Friday, he's
Is he not running on Friday?
the betting has gone way out. He's
No.
like 6-1 now,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't say so.
Sorry.
He would have been actually my tip. for
Ollie
Friday.
Murphy, Murphy said yesterday he's not going Cheltenham.
Okay.
He's skipping it for an easier race.
Great. Thanks, Ollie. So this is down to a two-horse race between Al Dancer and Getaway Trump. Al Dancer obviously beat Getaway Trump the last day. Getaway Trump travelled into that in the bend like he was going to go past him and win, but he completely just blew up. There's £3 between them. I heard some of Getaway Trump's connections saying after the Al Dancer had never beat him again because they thought he'd come on massively for the run. I don't disagree with them. However, he's 6-4. Al Dancer's 13-8 for beating him. If I was getting 2-1 Getaway Trump, something like that, I'd take a chance. But I'm not interested in a bet at those prices.
I think Getaway Trump is going to turn over that form
Good. This is what I was waiting for.
quite easily.
I texted him during the week. Here we go.
Oh, what's this say?
This is the match bet.
Hold up now.
Let's have it.
Oh, yeah. Hassel.
This is the match bet.
What are we having?
Bloody
won't get
well.
round.
And bloody well said the last time.
What are we having?
Kept giving out to me.
What are we having?
I don't know.
You're the one that's coming up. Oh, let's have a match back, man. Let's go.
3 points.
Okay.
That's about 50 quid in Ireland, by the way.
If we're lucky.
So,
Do you want to elaborate on that?
I just,
hang on. Who's on who?
I'm on a Lancer.
You're on
of
Lancer.
the same.
I don't get away Trump.
I never read too much into this. They needed a run, and then the other horse will definitely get beaten because he'll come on so much. Why won't Al Dancer come on another £5 or £10 if Getaway Trump is going to come on £5 or £10? To me, you stick with the one that won the first time until he gets bet.
I agree with you in that. That's the way I'd look at it. But I think Getaway Trump is going to be the better chaser and is going to turn around the form.
Oh, well, I don't care as long as he
90%
doesn't
of the
do it
time-
on Saturday
90% of the time I'd agree with that theory.
or Sunday.
Until he's bet, stick with the horses that have beaten him already.
And I'm happy. What's Al Dancer probably has £3 more, does he?
£3 more.
£3
Yeah,
more.
that's none. We'll take that. take that £3 for 3 points.
For what it's worth, I think Getaway Trump will beat him, but I wouldn't.
Do you want to win in this?
No, I wouldn't have money.
Come on, you come to Cheltenham with us on the
Friday.
Friday.
Pints on it.
Come on.
I'm not coming to Cheltenham. I'm trying to go to the pub.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're coming to the pub with us, Cheltenham.
It's the closest we get, so.
Well, Punchestown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Getaway Trump might beat him. I wouldn't. Be
Oh, look at him backing now. Are you backing out now?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised either way. But gut says Getaway Trump, but I wouldn't have money on it.
Yeah, Getaway Trump.
Come on, Sam Twiston Davis.
And Sammy. Right, on to the Schlur chase. 225.
I've got an opinion on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this could be a cracking little race.
Yeah. My nap is in this.
Oh, it's Politlog, isn't it?
Do you like how I said in this and not like on a horse?
What?
Please don't say Politlog.
He's going to say Politlog.
Please don't. And I backed him a few times. I've won a bit of money on him. But definitely Seuil is going to win this race.
Now we've got a match bet.
What?
Please don't, Tom.
My nap
I can't go.
of the weekend is laying Defi to sign this.
Lay.
2-1. I take him on all day long at 2-1 in this. Right?
I kind of agree.
How many reasons do you want?
He's not a 2 miler.
He's not a 2 miler.
He doesn't like soft ground. Or heavy ground. Yeah.
That's why he's over 2 miles, though.
Yeah.
Still.
Negate
First
the
run of
old
the
speed.
season.
He's getting weight off him. How can
He's only
I just
getting
don't
3
understand this, right? How can you go against this horse
We-
if you're so dead on Lost in Translations form? How?
Because it's over 2 miles. You seen him at Punchestown. He's tapped for 2.
Also, Tom said the last day the horse that bet him in Punchestown it was again a weapon. The Willie Mullins thing. How can you go against Defi Desai if you're dead nuts on Shack and Poursois and all over Lost in Translation? You
2 miles
go to
first
sleep at night dreaming about Lost in Translation.
I really do. It's 2 miles. It's heavy ground. It's his first run of the season.
He's been beaten on his last 2 seasons reappearances as well, including last year where he got tanked and then went on to run as well as he did. I think he'll really need this. They're starting him off with 2 miles. He's definitely not a 2 miler. He showed that last time. Politlog and Seuil Royale.
Politlog's not 2 miler either.
He is.
He's not, but he's better form over 2 miles than Defi Desai.
How can you say he's not a 2 miler? He finished up the RC Altior.
The grade one he won at Aintree was a 2 mile 4.
Yeah, but how can you say he's
True,
not 2 miler? He has form over 2 miles up the arse of Altior in the champion chase.
He's a bit tripless because he also ran on in that King George. Like he was still going at the end.
I backed him for the King George last year. That's what I said. I backed him a few times.
That was an awful bet.
I would take him.
You didn't back the winner either.
What?
You didn't back the winner either.
That broke my heart.
Good.
Yeah, broke my heart.
It's tough, that.
Delighted.
I would take
Yeah, I
him
bet
on.
you didn't I? Santini, Le back gave up on Peter.
Oh, by the way, she ran terrible as well.
She did. But second she was out the back, I was like, game over. They're looking after her. Anyway, back to this.
What are you on? What do you fancy?
F4.
I had a feeling you wouldn't like this race.
God's
I
honest
kinda
truth, I
knew
don't
it, yeah.
fancy anything.
That doesn't surprise me.
I will take him on a 2-1 if I've got
still gonna back
Politlog
something,
and
right?
Seuil Royale
No, I
on my
won't.
side.
I don't fancy anything in this. I don't like any of them. I don't like... Defi Desai, I like over 2.5 miles. Ryanair all day. Politlog, no. Seuil Royale, no. St. Calvados, don't get me started. Simply Ned, if it was at Leopardstown.
St. Calvados won't be in this because he'll be after winning the race on Saturday.
He won't.
So don't worry about him.
He'll be sitting in the corner of his stable, rocking back and forth. Right, did they run me over 2.5 miles? I don't like it. See?
That's the way he goes to sleep thinking about Lost in Translation.
Lost in Translation.
Hugging himself.
It's going to be a
Wait
Lost,
till the Cheltenham Gold Cup.
Lost in Translation album photo
He
forecast.
rose over and say goodnight to her. He says goodnight, Lost in
Yeah.
Translation.
I mean, no.
Good night, Colin. Good night, Joe.
Oh, cute stable box as well. Oh, it's all written in the stars.
Dave's all over Defi Desai.
I don't fancy that.
I'm 100% taking him on.
Right. Let's move on to par 4. Welcome back to par 4, and we're going to start with not so great Wood Hurdle.
Yeah,
I can't make heads or tails of this race.
I used to love this race. I used to prefer this race to the Paddy Power Gold Cup or whatever, the BetVictor Gold Cup it is. He used to love waiting for the Sunday. He could pick out a horse that was champion hurdle bound. He'd have top weight or up near top weight. He'd get a good price, 5 or 4 to 1, and he'd go and win or have a good chance of winning. But this race is absolutely terrible.
It's yuck.
Do you want a useless piece of info?
Go on.
I was with Size in Europe the year that he won this. So over in Cheltenham with him.
I was with Minora the year he won it.
Were you actually with when he broke his back?
No.
I was going to blame you for that.
No, not my.
That would have been a bit mean.
Not my.
Someone has to take the blame.
Who was written then, Chippy?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I don't like this race at all. There's two Nicky Henderson in here. Countess to French import, third at the festival behind Chitabella. That was off a 365-day break. It was up £8 for that though, so that's not going to help. No, you need to go back up.
I was just seeing on running, sorry.
That would be interesting if it ran. So the other one, which is Dame de Compagne, won a listed hurdle at Cheltenham in April 2018. It's been off the track for 577 days. It's a mark of 132. She's probably better than that. Either of those, it's interesting they're both entered here, but if one of those turned up, they'd be interesting.
If I was forced, Gumball.
I agree. I have Gumball and another.
Jesus.
And just because of the way, like I said, like usually a decent horse wins it. So like carrying near top weight, it's going to be heavy ground. Gumball will lead from the front. I don't think a lot will come from the back over the weekend. You'll need to be up near the pace. Him and Kelda Stan.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was going to say, interesting. He's actually declared now.
Him and Kelda Stan, because Nichols' horses seem to need a run. He won first time out at the last Cheltenham meeting, and he literally just loves heavy ground. He won that shallow hurdle, I think, at Chepstow last year, and it was like going through a swamp.
It's a lot of weight for a 4-year-old.
Yeah, that worries me. But he's be the classiest horse in the race
on a class angle. Yes.
Yeah. I'd be against a lot of those at the top of the market. Benny's Bridge, I'm not sure that form is too good at that race at Cheltenham. Monseigneur Lecoq is just Monseigneur Lecoq.
Great name though, isn't it?
That's waiting for it.
It's a good name. Lizzie's up on him.
Up on the cock.
She's not a bad jockey, Lizzie Kelly, you know that?
She is, she's alright.
She won us a few pounds a few times.
She has. Cool star.
Yeah. Humble hero as well. I'm not mad about him. The one I'd give a shout to, look, he could run terribly, is a horse called Torcello. Used to be over here with Andrew McNamara, is now gone to Sean Lysa. He
will run terrible.
Hasn't run over hurdles for Sean Lysa, but I think Mark Goldstein's jocked up on him already. He's won his last 3 on the flat for him. He's improving a lot. He's 74 up to 88. Mark of 127. Could be well handicapped, 16 to 1.
If he wins this, I give up. I give up.
That could be worse than my show for Splash of Ginge.
I'm not having a bet in this though.
Right, I go with Gumball. The hell with it.
And I like Gumball, but I'll go with Keldistan.
Tom's going lane.
I'll have a look.
He'll be rolling around his money after lane.
I'll have a look at whatever Nicky Henderson runs, but Torcello is an each way poke. But yeah.
Right, so the last race we're going to look at is the 225 novice chase on the Friday.
I'm disgusted at this.
Why?
Bruno Up a Storm's not running according to you two.
Yes, that would be correct.
He's gone way out in the betting. He's gone from 7 to 4 to out to 5 to 1.
I thought he was a cracking. Yeah, that's why I thought he was cracking. 5 to 1 in this each way. Like savage bet.
He's not going to run though.
Yeah, when I was looking at this, I was all over Brewing Up a Storm as well. So I don't really have an opinion now.
I'm interested to see where Javier's plate will follow up.
Yeah. He seems to run well, like once a year. If he ran kind of to the same,
he done the same at Cheltenham last year when he took the field apart.
That's when he bet Reserve Tank the last day. He'd win it, like he would. But like you can't trust him.
You're him and Hahn. If he was,
Birchdale and Bruin Up a Storm smashed him though last year at Cheltenham.
Yes,
when Bruin Up a Storm fell at the last and Birchdale went on to win, the two of them were miles clear of him. They're better horses.
That's why he's not favourite.
That's why if Bruno Storm, I'm a bit windy about it now. Bruno Storm isn't running, but I was going to take Bruno Storm or Birchdale, one of those to beat him, and lay Jarvis play.
I'm not fond of Birchdale. He's done anything now to make me think, you're very good. You're bang average as a now.
I don't like Angel's Breath either. Disappointed in the
There's
Supreme.
an absolute spoofer though.
This could be a race.
Angel's Breath.
Yeah, spoofer.
Yeah.
Hashtag spoofer.
One I'd give a shout out to. Now, it's got to, on the rating, it's got to improve a lot. And why the hell they're not running this in a handicap off its mark, I've no idea. Because it's only rated 131. Is that not that Fusey? Shaped as if it was going to get tailed off against Lancer and Getaway Trump. Ran on all the way up the hill to finish second and just pip Getaway Trump. That and a handicap of 131 would be a good thing. I don't know why they're not running that.
Will Henry send over and put the kettle on?
Hold up now, Ring.
Well, you seem to know a lot, like.
Yes. Is that not entered?
He's entered Saturday.
And Aidan Coleman's dropped up on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the
2 mile race.
You know what? I think if she whatever she goes over, she has a right good chance of winning. She'll go for it.
Defi decide race, isn't it?
No.
No, she won't. No.
She's 14-1.
Hang on. She is in the Al Dancer Getaway Trump race. The Eyecatcher.
Oh, she's going to do both of us.
Well, that might happen as well.
Yeah, I'll finish second, so it doesn't matter.
Imagine.
I only care about the match bet, to be honest.
I don't know what I'd back in this. Probably nothing, to be honest. Bruno Storm.
Yeah, I'd just be interested to hear
I
how
don't fancy much this week at all. I'm being very miserable.
Yeah,
anybody.
It's the weather.
If he runs and anybody in the whole world puts some money on Western Rider, needs our head checked. I just want to say that.
Correct.
25. So.
He should be 250-1.
Oh, terrible. He's just awful, like.
He can't just stay from dropping.
I can't believe he was favourite the first race this year. I was like, what is going on
I can't believe he's a horse.
Terrible horse.
Right, anyway.
Naps.
Who wants to go? Dave, go on, off you go.
Defi decide.
Ooh.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Go on.
Lay Defi decide as my name.
Oh, match bet. Match bet. Come on.
That's a match bet. Yeah.
Match bet right there.
Are you coming out to Friday, Cheltenham?
I'll come out the Friday, Cheltenham. Yeah.
2 points.
2 points.
Hey!
There you go.
Why am I getting stung for 3? It don't matter. It's going to win anyway.
That's could be gone. Never see it again. Never see it again.
Oh, he'd be gone after the bloody first race.
60 man.
Slate House. Win up. 11-2.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Thanks, Dave.
He's not a weapon like Seuil.
What was the eyebrows?
There's potential there. Yeah.
When's the last time you were in that one? Oh, we both were in that one last week.
Last week. Yeah.
On reserve tank. Next best.
Ooh, I don't know really. I'm kind of concentrating on Defi decide this weekend.
He's just in for Defi.
He's just in for match bets, really. That's all he comes in for.
Yeah.
Right, go on, Tom.
Count Meribel each way, 12-1 in the BetVictor Gold Cup.
Getaway Trump.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah?
You like your high horses, don't you?
How's a hype? Just because they're not running on a 0 to 80 around Dundalk.
It's hype. It's hype.
You're taking
Slate
a
House
chance.
is hype as well. I'm okay with it because he has potential, but the Getaway Trump thing is hype.
I'm
God, I'm going to rub it in your face and I win 3 points.
I'd gladly buy you 3 points.
I don't mind if I lose to you, Tom. I'll accept that one.
Yeah.
What in the name of God have I done to you? Wow.
Let's cut this short now.
Oh, let's do this now before it gets
Before
fiery.
Dave starts listing out stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I get out my list.
Calls me pig-headed. My God.
Right. That's us done and dusted again this week, lads. So, again...
Anti-post.
I was getting there. Will you give me a
Yeah,
chance?
just making sure.
We are going to film our anti-post video now straight after this. Don't forget to have a look at that. So comment below on this one and our anti-post one. Give us your anti-post bets for Cheltenham and whatever you fancy for the weekend. So thanks again for watching us and we'll see you in the next video.